It is National Women's Health Month, and the goal is to encourage women of all ages to prioritize their physical, mental, and emotional health.
Dr. Wendy McDonald is here to share some tips and tools to help improve our overall health. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, as always.
I don't think people realize how closely tied those three things are.
Yes.
Mental health, physical health, and your overall well-being.
Literally, like, we can't separate them.
No.
And there are so many components that impact them all. I mean, we can talk about this for hours, but like our physical health, let's start with that. Exercise, you know, moving our bodies. We were just talking about this. Moving our bodies is so important to our longevity, to how we feel. People who are more sedentary are more likely to be depressed, to be, you know, to be overweight, to have health issues. So we want to make sure we're getting up, we're moving around. We are actually trying to get some physical exercise in. The goal is 150 minutes of moderate exercise, which is the kind of exercise that you're like, your blood's pumping, but you're still answering the phone if you need to. You're not like completely out of commission.
Yeah.
Versus 75 minutes a week if we were doing really intense exercise, the type that you have to stop and breathe before you can have a conversation.
Okay.
So the 150 minutes though is doable, right? Like if you just kind of go for a brisk walk, you lift some light weights, and you're intentional about 30 minutes, 5 days a week, we can do that.
That's good. That's good. So I think you sent us, if you increase your ultra processed food intake by 10%, a study found it increases your risk of cognitive impairment by 16%?
Yes. So let's talk about cognitive impairment. We're talking about dementia, Alzheimer's. And what are ultra-processed foods? You guys know what ultra-processed foods are?
This is what people don't realize, that they're sneaky. It could be in your protein bars.
They're sneaky. It can be in your protein bars. It is the ready-to-eat out of a package, right? Typically. So something you're either going to heat and eat, or you're just going to pull it out of a package and eat. It's the thing that doesn't necessarily resemble anything that you really would get in a garden or on a farm, right? Those are the ultra-processed foods.
Give me some examples.
So a bar, chips, French fries. Yes, we know they come from a potato. It's for cereal. You know, these are things, and even like certain types of sausage, certain types of meats. Yes, these are ultra processed, and there are more processed and there are less processed stuff. Like cheese is processed, but it's not ultra processed. So we can eat that with a little bit more confidence. But 10% increase in on more burgers or hot dogs.
I know, so good.
Out of the week, hot dogs. And I like ketchup, by the way. But anyway, that's not here nor there. But more.
Girl, you get
okay. But I feel like that, so increasing those components in our diet not only increase our risk for cognitive impairment like dementia, cancers, ovarian, breast. These are things, and they will increase our risk actually for like depression, anxiety. Like there are actually correlates there too.
I've always heard this. So the idea is that you're supposed to shop the outside of the grocery store and never the inside, right?
Right. So they're talking about the produce, right? Or like even frozen vegetables are better than so that's in the perimeter, right? But that's even frozen vegetables are better than some of the like ready-made, processed foods, meals. Exactly. So if we can decrease those percentages, then we're also going to improve our longevity and our overall health.
And you say it's nothing wrong with going to see a therapist just to talk, because sometimes that can help.
That's right.
A lot.
So I'm somebody who thinks everybody could use a therapist because there's a lot that we can unpack in our lives. But what are some signs that you really should see a therapist? We are having some mood swings, mood lability. We don't feel like, fulfilled in life, or you feel hopeless, you feel sad. You're even maybe like fatigued more often, right? You're tired, you're lethargic. These can be signs of the need for a therapy assistance. Let's even talk about addictions. If you need to have a drink every night, and not just because you like the taste, like you just need that, or you even can be addicted to people. We can be addicted to certain feelings where you feel like if you don't pursue that thing, then you're missing something in life. Let's talk to a therapist. And not only is that going to improve our take on the world, it'll improve how we react to certain circumstances. The circumstances happen, right? Stress at work, life, kids. Right. But how we respond to them is the part that we can modify with the help of a therapist.
Well, and therapy used to be something that was expensive and not attainable for most people, and now it's treated like a regular doctor's office where insurance will pick up a lot of things.
That's right, insurance will cover. There are apps for this. There are ways that we can not only have access, but we can really feel fulfilled in life, even despite what all is going on around us. And again, that's improving our overall health. Like, this is Women's Health Awareness Month, but this is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I also think when we were younger, it's like, oh, you see a therapist, like, what's wrong with you? you.
Right.
Like, there doesn't have to be anything wrong with you to see a therapist. Like but you can improve your like state in life, if that makes any sense.
And also, we still need to get our regular yearly exams.
Yes.
So what should we be doing every year as a woman? An annual exam. Whether or not you need a PAP, we've gone through this a million times. Whether or not you need a PAP, which is cervical cancer screening, we should each be having an annual exam.
Okay.
We should be having a mammogram ideally every year, starting at the age of 40, or sometimes younger if there's a family history.
Yeah.
Colonoscopy or some sort of stool-based colon testing starting at 45. That used to be 50. Now that's moved down to 45. We should also be getting bone mineral densities ideally once we hit like around 65 or maybe a little younger, make sure we don't have fragile or brittle bones. You know, let's talk about that aging population. And then maybe just going to your general doctor.
Yeah.
What's your blood pressure? What's your cholesterol?
Right.
What's your thyroid doing? Like, let's just
Blood
make
tests.
sure, blood tests, just make sure we're okay.
Yeah.
You know, because you
Okay.
can feel fine and not be fine.
Right.
And the earlier you catch it, the more successful you could have in curing it or handling it or managing it. Dr. Wendy,
Thank you so much. LoopOBGYN.com is her website, and you can find her at Dr. Everywoman on social media. Great tips as usual. Thank you.
Thank you.